a mission of mercy in Albania. All this week on KOIN 6 News.
Now on Hard Copy. As the town of Littleton tries to cope with the murderous high school rampage, Hard Copy uncovers the demons that drove two twisted students to kill.
They really liked the power that Hitler possessed at one time during the war.
Now, one former Trenchcoat member is telling all about one of the monsters.
He didn't have a girlfriend. I don't think he was getting along with his parents. His life was pretty much in shambles.
From how they secretly made the bombs to what made them pull the trigger, it's the untold story of the Trenchcoat tragedy. It's the infamous polygamy case rocking the state of Utah. Now, Hard Copy sits down with two women who escaped the clutches of this mind-controlling clan.
They break you down to be subservient to them, to play this role like a Stepford wife.
We expose polygamy's dirty little secrets. Plus, the miracle pill giving arthritis patients new life and how it helped this pain-ridden golfer win the Masters. Also, we shake it up with the blonde playmate looking to become the next big movie bombshell. And does Cindy Crawford share a secret with that little Taco Bell barker? The Truth Squad tells the tale. This is Hard Copy for Thursday, April 22nd.
Hi and welcome. I'm Kyle Kraska. You've heard the eyewitness accounts of those Colorado high school killings. But what we've learned about the students responsible for that carnage will make you cringe. Reporter Pat LaLama is in Littleton with the latest on the Trenchcoat Killers.
Kyle, media from all over the world have converged upon Littleton, Colorado to tell the story of grief, horror, and tragedy. But there's one story here that will never fully be understood, and that's how two young people could be driven to such a desperate act of murderous revenge. Ask the high school kids of this stricken community what happened, and you find they're as confused as the rest of us. But a portrait of teenage terrorism is emerging.
They really liked the power that Hitler possessed at one time during the war. All the power he had over that many people.
The two suspects were really smart kids. Dylan Klebold, smart enough to study advanced calculus. Eric Harris, the son of an Air Force pilot. He played Little League while growing up on an Air Force base. According to a neighbor, the trouble didn't start until Eric's family moved to Colorado.
And it seems like about 6 months to a year after they had been living there, he started wearing the black clothing and listening to the German music. And he started hanging out with these people after that, and then he got really weird.
Eric found acceptance with a clique called the Trenchcoat Mafia, misfits who made angst and alienation their badge of honor. And he found a new best friend, Dylan Klebold. Together, they latched on to weird music, weird fashions, dangerous hobbies. Pat McDuffie was a member of the Trenchcoat.
I knew that they were making the bombs because that's just one of the pastimes that they had. Most of the time what they did is they just took them into the backyard and blew them up.
People weren't really nice to them. Make fun of the way they dress, the overcoats.
It's one of those things where you see one of them, they'd see one of them walk by and they'd, someone would snicker or something about it.
Hey, there goes Dracula or something.
According to this former Trenchcoat, Eric was especially troubled.
He didn't get accepted to a college even though he had a 3.8 grade average. He didn't have a girlfriend. I don't think he was getting along with his parents. I think he just got fired from his job. I mean, his life was pretty much in shambles, and I think he conned Dylan into going in with him.
And just days before the massacre, he and Dylan retreated into Eric's garage.
Dylan was over all weekend, and they spent some time in the garage. And there was once or twice when the garage door was open, most of the time it was closed. I heard noises going on in there, things being cut, sounded like glass being broken. Didn't really think much of it, though.
Nobody thought much of it until the morning of the 20th, the anniversary of their hero's birth.
We have 15 fatalities.
Now police are looking into the possibility that other members of the Trenchcoat Mafia may be involved. And yesterday, at the nice suburban middle-class home where Eric and Dylan built their bombs and planned their suicide mission, nobody was talking.
Do you have any comment that you'd like to make at this time at all? Is there anything that you have to say?
Stay at the curb. Ma'am, I know this is a horrible time, but if you could just give us a few seconds, we promise you would go away.
It's a horrific tragedy that just didn't have to happen. And now, days after the disaster, one big question still lingers. How did these teenage boys learn to make bombs? And how did they get their hands on such firepower? Ed Miller investigates.
The suspects carried shotguns, grenades, and homemade pipe bombs. Some bombs had timers. Others were set up as booby traps. The bombs were said to be made from shotgun shells, nails, and duct tape.
We saw the same guy who shot the kid in the back throw a bomb in the parking lot, and it went off.
One of the suspects, Eric Harris, even had an internet web page with diagrams, apparently so he and others could learn how to build a pipe bomb.
Who are you looking for?
My sister.
They came in and just started shooting and lighting off bombs.
The Colorado shootings once again raised the question, how did teenagers get a hold of so much firepower? Enough to hold off the FBI and police for hours.
We won't have any idea where they got them until they do trace them.
Colorado gun store owner Bob French says now that authorities have the guns from the high school and have discovered the manufacturer, model, and serial numbers, they can trace them back to the dealer and find out who bought them. In this case, they were most likely stolen or bought on the black market.
These shooters had firearms illegally. They took them into a school illegally. They shot people illegally. They murdered people. How much more illegal can you get?
School kids with guns have recently become an epidemic. A 16-year-old in Pearl, Mississippi shot 9 classmates. 2 of them died. In Edinburgh, Pennsylvania, police say a 14-year-old shot and killed a science teacher at a school dance. In Springfield, Oregon, a 15-year-old boy killed his parents and wounded more than 20 people. And in Jonesboro, Arkansas, 2 boys, 11 and 13, stole rifles and pistols from a relative, killed a teacher and 4 young girls. One of them, 11-year-old Brittany Wilson.
If it could happen to Brittany, then it could happen to anybody's child. Take a few minutes, secure the weapon. That's all I'm asking.
At least one handgun control advocate believes there is a common thread between all these school tragedies.
In every school shooting so far, the way in which they've gotten the guns has been from their own families. Without those guns, they could never have killed this many people. They could never have committed this kind of horrible tragedy.
Since it seems almost impossible to keep guns out of the hands of kids, at least one company has come up with a way to keep bullets from leaving the barrel. This gun will only fire if it reads its owner's fingerprints.
You sweep your finger over the sensor in the handle of the gun. The images of your fingerprint go to our chip, which determines if you are allowed to fire the gun.
The high school shootings in Colorado have prompted state leaders to dump all pending gun legislation. One such bill would have made it easier to carry a concealed weapon.
Despite all the renewed talk of gun control, we've learned the most powerful weapon used in the Colorado high school was not a gun at all. Police sources tell us the 2 suspects threatened to blow up the entire building with a lit fuse and a propane tank, the same kind of propane tank found in many backyard barbecues. Kyle. Thanks, Ed. Elsewhere in the West, things are getting very noisy in the quiet city of Salt Lake. That's where a huge scandal is exposing the state of Utah's secret shame.
What John Daniel Kingston is accused of doing to his own daughter may enrage you.
He takes her into the barn, beats the daylights out of her with his belt.
What he allegedly did will shock you. We will simply call her Mary Ann, savagely beaten in a remote barn, dragging herself 2 miles for help, police say, trying to escape the horrors of polygamy. She says she was forced to marry her father's own brother.
Here is this fear of, oh my gosh, I'm going to have sex with my uncle. Can you imagine the fear of when is this going to happen?
Yesterday, Daniel Kingston pled no contest to beating his daughter, but not before the ugly secrets of polygamy began to emerge from the pristine setting of Utah. The Kingstons are a desperately secretive clan. When we tried to speak with members, they responded with an intimidating tactic of videotaping us. But now they may no longer be able to hide what some call horrifying, if not illegal, acts of abuse.
These women are expected to have a baby every year.
The population is growing at an incredible rate. Like Paul Kingston, I figured he had about 250 children.
Connie Rugg would know. Her father once led the clan. She escaped.
They believe that they are a descendant of Jesus Christ. And by mixing the Kingston bloodline, they're creating a stronger, better breed of people.
But the alleged rampant incest has proven to accomplish quite the opposite.
They started to produce dwarfs. They had started to produce children whose arms and limbs, their limbs were fused.
Former members allege the Kingston Patriarchy believes incestuous procreation is the key to heaven.
My mother even had to keep track of her monthly cycle so that she could report which day she was fertile.
And believe it or not, you, the taxpayer, may be an indirect victim of the Kingston Doctrine. They reportedly have abused the tax system.
They think that the state should not be taxing them at all, and that any money they can get back by lying, cheating, and stealing is okay.
But what makes it more appalling is that the Kingston male leadership has amassed a fortune with multiple businesses.
The Wall Street Journal has reported that their assets are $150 million or better.
The Kingstons allegedly have stockpiled weapons in preparation for Armageddon.
I was always hearing these prophecies that the day will come when the blood will run down the streets of Salt Lake City in this big judgment day.
But a different judgment day is now at hand, all because a brave young woman refused to accept alleged hideous abuses that up until now were blatantly ignored.
Her courage brought the beginning of the downfall of polygamy, and I thank her.
Now, while John Daniel Kingston has pled no contest, his brother David's trial is scheduled for June. Mary Ann, the alleged victim, is being held in protective custody and is expected to testify in that case.
Up next, how a new arthritis remedy helped this pro golfer go from miserable to winning the Masters. Plus, move over, Jenny McCarthy. You'll meet the new playmate hoping her pictures are worth 1,000 words and a Hollywood career. And our Truth Squad goes straight to the source for the facts about the reported rift on the set of a gay sitcom. That's coming up.
Introducing nourishment for the outside of your body. New Dove Nutrium, a gentle cleanser and a nourishing body lotion. New Dove Nutrium. Go beyond moisturizing to nourish your skin.
Michael, would you like to hear a bird call?
Sure, Foghorn.
With MCI, a bird can call for just 5 cents a minute every Sunday. Now that, my friend, is a beautiful bird call.
Call, I say call 1-800-Sundays to sign up.
It's time to kick up your heels and join the party during the grand opening of Bob Lanfear's Newburgh Dodge, Jeep, and Chrysler Plymouth.
Bob's giving you plenty of reasons to celebrate. Buy with no money down or make no payments for 90 days. Get exciting grand opening savings on every new and used car, truck, van, and sport utility vehicle. 99 Dodge Durango, $26,980. Or 99 Jeep Grand Cherokee, $25,980. Plus, buy with no money down or make no payments for 90 days.
During the grand opening of Bob Lanfear's Newburgh Dodge, Jeep, and Chrysler Plymouth. Swing into Newburgh today.
I had a nice time tonight.
Yeah, me too.
Hi. Ever wonder why Taco Bell uses such a little dog to promote their gorditas? Because they're small.
That's my apartment.
Yeah. Now, at Taco Time, we'd use something like this fella. He's big. Like Taco Time's new half-pound gorditas with seasoned ground beef, tender chicken, or shredded beef, and wrapped in warm, fluffy flatbread. Taco Time. If we used a dog, it'd be bigger. Whoa.
Care Bear says, come get your Mother's Day bear today because every day is Mother's Day till the end of May.
And yes, folks, we have a warehouse full of discount mattresses, including the Chiropractor's Choice King Coil that blows away the competition in quality and price. Our Portland Zone Perfect Rest mattresses are priced to move. You'll save hundreds on our air beds and the mattress everyone's talking about, Tempur-Pedic and Supplepedic memory foam, not to mention the Northwest's largest selection of power beds.
Care Bear says, buy a bed and call your mother.
Imagine buying a fabulous sofa bed with love seat for only $5.99. Jennifer Convertibles, America's largest sofa bed specialist.
Ooh, luscious chunks of fruit and chocolate. 151 bar, the only energy bar with 151 super nutrients. 151 bar, the way energy should taste.
Now the pill that really packs a punch for some arthritis patients. And since we first told you about it, more people, even world-class athletes, are calling it youth in a bottle.
It was one of the great comebacks in golf history. Spanish golfer Jose Maria Olazabal was once crippled with back and foot pain, forced to retire. But 2 weeks ago, he won the big one, the Masters. He says with the help of these little pills.
Well, I've tried everything. I mean, everything imaginable. And this was virtually my last call. It was a desperate call. I started taking in-ultra tablets, and it took a lot of pain away.
Ginger Locosono runs a grocery store near Pittsburgh, and she never stops moving. But last year, arthritis was ruining her life. That's when she saw Hard Copy and learned about something called Inholtra.
If I hadn't heard of Inholtra on Hard Copy, I would have probably had a new knee. I would probably still have pain in my back and my hands. And the only relief would be is hard drugs.
You heard it here first. Just about a year ago, we broke the news about a nutritional supplement that not only stops pain, many people claim it cures arthritis. Incredibly, it's the invention of a retired bus driver.
I couldn't stand, I couldn't sit, I couldn't sleep. And for me to go walking around with a cane, I was ready to throw the towel in.
Vito Florio had osteoarthritis so bad his doctor told him he needed a new hip. Well, Vito said no thanks and started experimenting on himself with vitamins and nutrients. After 2 years, he hit upon a formula which he says helped his arthritic hip to heal.
I became emotional. I told my wife, I says, I can't believe the way I feel. I says, thank goodness I'm back to normal again.
Since we first broke the story, the U.S. government has agreed that Vito's formula is unique and awarded Inholtra a patent. And thanks to word of mouth, it is selling like crazy at vitamin shops like GNC. Some doctors and pain relief experts even recommend it.
I'm a doctor. It's my job to deal with one person at a time. As far as I am concerned, it's good enough for me. It convinced me, and it convinced my patients.
And if you're my age, your mother used to give you cod liver oil anyway, and it's in it. It's cod liver oil.
Whatever is in these gel caps, it seems to work for Ginger and her pals. Well, she told her friends in Elwood City, and now there's a whole bunch of people buying Inholtra by the case.
It's wonderful. Oh, thank you, Hard Copy.
Which brings us to Augusta and the Masters 2 weeks ago, where Jose Maria Olazabal made golf history with the help of Vito's little vitamins. It's just the kind of outcome that makes Vito feel great.
I've been so happy, and I know it's helping thousands of people.
Tomorrow on Hard Copy.
Oh, my God!
The shark attack that turned one man's fishing trip into a terrifying encounter. Sorry, Charlie. There goes your tuna sandwich. Caught on tape. The big one that got away. Tomorrow.
Now the aspiring actress who's well on her way to making it in Hollywood. Jerry Penacoli reports on the Playmate hoping to follow in some famous footsteps.
You better run for Cover. The latest graduate of the Playboy Flesh to Fame School of Celebrity is Laura Cover, Playmate extraordinaire.
Looks can only get you so far. So, and I think with some girls it kind of stops there.
But it doesn't have to stop there. A choice few Playboy alums like Pamela Anderson Lee, Carmen Electra, and Jenny McCarthy have proven careers can begin in the buff.
Playmates can become like supermodels and actresses.
Like Jenny McCarthy, Laura is a Midwestern girl who saw undress as a fast track to success. And when Laura, the 21-year-old Ohio farm girl, walked into Playboy's doors, a modeling career was born.
Ever since Laura moved to the city, we get together and do laundry.
The laundry-loving Laura became a centerfold and stars in some of Playboy's best-selling home videos. But she wants to become an actress and is concerned she may not be taken seriously with her clothes on.
I think it's going to be hard if you're kind of break into the industry as a sex symbol. I think it's kind of hard to be taken seriously. I think you need to earn that.
But just because Laura is shaking off her bimbo image doesn't mean she can't shake it up on the dance floor of some of Hollywood's hottest clubs. She also has no intention of shaking her rebel fiancé, who owns his own motorcycle company.
I love being female, but I still like to cut loose, get dirty, and like with motorcycles.
As she goes from Playboy model to Hollywood actress, Laura Cover is hoping to remain a cover story. And speaking of cover girls, when we heard a certain supermodel had become a fast food junkie, we placed an order with the Truth Squad. Hold the fries. True or false? Does Cindy Crawford, just like that famous Chihuahua, have cravings for Taco Bell now that she's pregnant?
I hope she is, and I hope she gets really fat. I'm tired of her perfect body.
Wow. Claws back in, please. One paper is reporting that the sexy supermodel is sending her hubby, Randy Gerber, out to the drive-thru to load up on Taco Bell. Well, we talked to her people, and believe it or not, it's true. If Cindy loses her figure from all those burritos, which we doubt, she could always take over that famous ad campaign, Yo quiero un pickle. True or false? Was there trouble on the set of Will and Grace? Sean Hayes, who plays Will's flamboyant friend, tells us what was reported in one publication.
They wanted to put Eric in a dress, and Eric walked off in a huff.
She seems more like a brat than he does, so I bet he'd do it.
This newspaper story made it sound like the set of Will and Grace is a war zone. But Sean tells us, don't believe everything you read. It's false.
If anybody's going to be put in a dress, it's going to be Jack. And I don't think I'd like that either. But I do it for comedy's sake.
True or false? Are Donny Osmond and Michael Jackson good friends?
Who is Donny Osmond?
Come again?
Who is Donny Osmond?
Turns out this woman is from Denmark. And yes, the Truth Squad has now uncovered the one Donny Osmond free zone on the planet Earth. Wonder if they'll put that in their travel brochures. Anyway, Donny and Michael were pals as child stars, and when we caught up with Donny, he said, it's true, they're still friends. And we're glad to hear that. Now, did heartbreaking hunk Lorenzo Lamas nearly break his neck leaping off a moving train? We track down that story tomorrow. Up next, police ram into a speeding car, but you won't believe what the suspect did next. The answer as we tie up loose ends. Coming up.
One of these women uses new Suave Herbal Care Mousse. The other spends a lot more for Clairol Herbal Essences. Both have hair that looks beautifully full. So who uses Suave and who spends more? If you can't tell, why should we? Suave. Don't you look smart?
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesty, above the fruited plain. America, America.
When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
From the Pond's Institute, it's simply amazing. Introducing Cleansing and Makeup Remover Towelettes. So revolutionary, a dirt-loving fiber gently cleans dirt and removes even waterproof makeup in one simple step. Wow. Pond's Cleansing and Makeup Remover Towelettes.
This weekend, there's only one place on Earth to get the best deal on a new Chevrolet. Car Chevy World. Extra manufacturer allocations call for a worldwide clearance on the Northwest's largest selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs, with over 200 new Suburbans, Tahoes, and Silverados in stock from just $19,995. All backed with state-of-the-art service and salaried salespeople who see it your way. Don't miss your chance to save. Car Chevy World. Beaverton, a Chevrolet flagship store. Canyon Road, 1 block west of Murray.
Welcome to Taco Night at the Andersons.
Dinner.
Well, that was fast.
Bring home the new Grande meal and make tonight Taco Night. Choose any 10 tacos or bean burritos, plus a Nachos Bel Grande, plus a Mexican pizza. All for just $9.99.
Until next time.
If it's time to do a little groundbreaking, don't go at it the old-fashioned way. Tear through it with a garden claw from Garden Weasel.
Just position it like this, and you'll be ready to cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed.
The hardened steel tines rip through tough soil with just a twist of the Comfort Grip handles, even in heavy clay.
And it comes with a 100% lifetime guarantee.
So if you've got a tough job ahead of you, tear through it the easy way with the Garden Claw.
From Garden Weasel.
Available at Rite Aid and participating Ace True Value Do It Best and Service Star hardware stores. Makes a great gift.
So you don't feel this. Your dentist rubs a pain reliever on first. It's the same strength pain reliever you get in this.
For dentist strength pain relief, get maximum strength Anbesol.
Okay, so what happened to the driver who tried to outrun police? We find out in this latest edition of Loose Ends.
It started as a slow-speed chase through South L.A., and before you knew it, the cars were going faster than 100 miles an hour. The suspect made one wrong turn and got caught in a dead end.
You'd think he'd give up, but no chance. He not only takes on an armed officer, but he takes off running. But in the end, he just can't outsmart them. He's busted and under arrest. And that ties up loose ends. Tomorrow, he's the Shakespeare in Love star winning over women's hearts. We get the goods on Hollywood's new Casanova Kid tomorrow.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries has more Lazy Boy furniture than any other store. In fact, there's only one way to describe our incredible selection. Stop by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries and see for yourself.
Come to Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery's Super Sale for huge savings on an incredible selection of Lazy Boy furniture. Now, with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 6 months. It's Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery's Super Sale. Hurry in today.
Cascade Hemp Supply, bringing you the finest cannabis hemp has to offer in backpacks and sporting equipment, jewelry and crafts, housewares, and nature's most perfectly balanced oil in foodstuffs and cosmetics, plus men and women's clothing and accessories. Be sure to also check out our full line of medical delivery devices, including acrylics, ceramics, glass, metals, and vaporizers. Cascade Hemp Supply, America's only cannabis superstore.
Start your day with something new.
It's called The Buzz. It's a brand new show.
Host Lars Larson is giving his opinions.
The governor's made the right call.
And listening to yours.
I think the governor is wrong.
See what people are talking about. Coin 6 News, The Buzz. Weekday mornings at 5:30.
Hi, Bob. How about a ride?
Sure.
When you think Banner Furniture, think factory direct savings on lame recliners. Visit our complete gallery with recliners starting from $299. Prices also slashed on mattresses, sofas, dinettes, and more. Factory direct Banner Furniture, 82nd and Division in Portland and TV Highway in Hillsborough.
Hi, I'm Dennis from Dennis's 70s Nursery. It's now time to plant roses, and we have over 14,000 roses available, over 300 varieties, including Jackson and Perkins. Right now, when you buy 3 roses, you get 1 free. When pruning, always prune to an outside bud at an angle. To make your roses beautiful, use Ortho Systemic all season. When planting, use the planting compost and water all your roses in with Ortho Upstart, the best roses at Dennis's 7Ds. Hey, Bob, where are you heading?
Out to Newburgh.
You want to ride?
No, it's not that far.
Okay.
Closed captioning provided by, for the best brake service, shocks, and mufflers, Meineke's the place.
At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
I guarantee it.
Well, that's hard copy. We leave you with Playmate Laura Cover.
Actually taking advantage of the modeling industry. Of course, that's not long term. So there's a great side to it, and there's a fun side, and then I think it comes to a point where, you know, your looks can only get you so far. I'm just enjoying a wide cam, making money, seeing if acting is the road I want to go. And you take it from there. I think long-term acting is the best way to go, absolutely, but I'm not sure, you know. As of now, I'm not going to, you know, claim I'm a great actress. It's like the typical Playboy story.
Welcome to Truck Town.
It's the grand opening of the Northwest's used truck capital.
All we do is sell used trucks. Almost every make and model, foreign and domestic, is here.
Dependable rigs starting from just $19.95. Monthly payments from $99. You want to save a buck on a good used truck? Then you're in luck.
It's the grand opening of Truck Town.
Located at Bob Lanfear's Beaverton Chrysler Plymouth dealership on Canyon Road. Just by Bob.
You don't have to travel to Morocco to experience genuine Moroccan food. Marrakesh Restaurant invites you to enjoy the traditional atmosphere of a Moroccan 5-course feast right here in Portland. Experience the best that the land of hospitality has to offer with traditional Moroccan food, music, dance, and dress. Marrakesh is open for dinner 7 nights a week. Don't just dream about exotic dining in faraway lands. Come and feel like an honored guest in the Sultan's tent. Experience an oasis at the Marrakesh Restaurant on Northwest 21st at Northrop. Morocco awaits you.
Drive a '99 Honda Accord LX for just $117 a month?
Sure. It's the least we can do.
Bob Lanfear's Beaverton Honda Superstore has over 150 '99 Honda Accords to choose from.
Every make, every model.
A 99 Honda Accord LX automatic for just $126 a month, or a 5-speed for only $117 a month.
You heard right. It's the least we can do.
Bob Lanfear's Beaverton Honda Superstore on Canyon Road. Just by Bob.
I never thought when my son moved away that I wouldn't see him for 3 years. It's just a tractor for my grandson. But this trip I wasn't going to miss. He's sleeping. My son had built his own life. He got a John Deere. Of course. But he still appreciates where he came from.
The LT-133 from John Deere. The only lawn tractor with the past as bright as its future.
Available at participating John Deere dealers. To locate a John Deere dealer near you, call 1-888-MOPROS.
Thanks for making Sally the #1 show weekdays at 3 on Coin TV.